We are on day 11. Day 11. It's crazy. So hopefully you guys saw that I sent out the recording of the Power Yin. I sent it out yesterday. Thank you for all being so understanding that I was not functional on Friday. I am feeling much, much better, so which is awesome. Today's class is going to consist of our Vinyasa flow. So there's going to be a couple of poses that I haven't tacked into the other flow classes that we've done. So we're going to be moving continuously up and towards probably the last, let's say, 3/4 of the class. So if you have a glass of water with you, which I have, or if you have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, whatever works for you, have it close by just in case you need to take a break. Have a sip of water, coffee or tea, and we'll get started. So I want you to come to Sukhasana, seated cross-legged position on your mat. I thought I would need my sweater, but it's warm with my little fire going on here. And I want you to see if you can have your right leg in front while you're sitting in Sukhasana. Having the hands resting gently on the knees. And allowing the eyes to close if comfortable. Again, if you're not comfortable with the eyes closing, have that soft gaze forward, slightly down. Shoulders away from the ears. As always, like I love to start the class with, come in tune with your natural breath. Remember, at this point, you're not forcing an inhalation or exhalation. You're just letting your breath go in its natural pattern. Seeing if you can bring your upper body, your torso a little bit straighter if it feels like you're slouching, but also coming to a position where you're still being able to breathe with ease, where you're not feeling like you're tensing the body just to be able to sit up straight. We're going to come into a nice side stretch. We've done it before. You're going to bring your right hand down to the mat. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, over to the right. Remember, if you want to slide that right hand out further, you can. And just breathe. On your next breath in, inhale deeply through the nose. And exhale, bring that left hand down to the mat. Bring your right hand parallel to it. So you'll see I'm coming over my right knee. Just scoot back here for a second. I'm just coming over the knee. So I've shifted my rotation just a little bit in the back from being directly to the side, opening up the chest, to coming over that right leg. For some of us, we might just be here, and that's all right. If it's too much on the fingertips, you can even make knuckles. You might be down onto the forearms or stretching those arms out. And if you always remember, you can tuck the chin in towards the chest if you want to get a deeper stretch into the back of the neck. Slowly, with control, walk those hands coming into a forward fold. So coming center, pushing the hands into the ground, feeling your sit bones being sent to the back wall behind you. Because I bet you some of us felt like we were starting to lift. We want those sit bones nice and equal on the ground. Nice, smooth breath. Now walking the hands, coming over the left leg. Like we're doing a not a semicircle, but a half circle rotation. We're not going to come all the way back in our sequence. We're slowly connecting with how the lower back, the lateral part of the body is feeling. How are the hips? Even the neck, if you're wanting to tuck that chin in towards the chest, or if you go to try to tuck the chin in towards the chest and it just doesn't feel good, just bring the neck back in line with the spine. How did you sleep last night? Is the body nice and loose, or have it nice and relaxed, or there's a tension? Now on the next breath in, bring your torso up, place the left hand beside you, and bring up that right arm, and exhale over to the left. Pushing into the ground with that left hand, making sure your chest isn't collapsing, it's nice and open. And if you want to add that neck rotation, you can, if it feels good, looking underneath that right bicep. Allowing the face to relax. Then inhale back up. So remember, I had you bring that right leg in front if it wasn't your dominant leg. We're going to switch that. You're like, oh dear. I know. So now you're going to bring your left leg in front. So crisscross the left leg on top or on the bottom, and you're going to notice which side you favor more, or which side's tighter than the other. We're going to do that same sequence, but in the opposite direction. And then you can feel the difference in the back, in the hips, with coming into the fold. So you're going to bring that left hand down to the mat. Inhale right. Go on over to the left. Making sure that those sit bones are staying nice and equal. Remember, if you're sliding that left hand out, make sure you're not lifting. I'm over exaggerating here, but if you're noticing there's really not much connection of the right sit bone on the mat, come back up a little bit with that left hand. Now bring that right arm down. We're going to come over that left leg, slide the left hand up a little bit so it's in line with the right hand, push into the ground. Remember, some of us are here, some of us are here, maybe further down. And I forgot to mention at the beginning of the class, if you want to have books or blocks underneath the hands just to kind of guide you, depending on the length of your arms, don't ever get frustrated if you can't do exactly what someone else is doing. Find something to aid you to get into those positions. Now walk the hands to center. Nice. Gently push the ground away from you, feeling those sit bones going towards the back wall. Face is soft. Walking the hands over to the right leg. And now bringing that right hand beside your hip, bringing that left arm up, exhale over to the right. And come on back up. You're going to come to your tabletop because we're just going to move that spine a little bit more before we get warmed up in the sun salutations, or moving, I should say. You want the wrists in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Remember, those feet can be flat or you can tuck the toes underneath. Looking at the ground in your table, you're going to exhale. We're going to do 3 cat and cows. So inhale, it's like you're sending the belly down towards the ground and the chest. And cow, you can even tip the head back. Inhale, round it all up. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale. I think I said inhale and around it. I'm going to say exhale. Exhale. Breath in. And breath out. Come back to neutral spine in your tabletop. Tuck those toes under. Come into your downward dog. First one, if you're like me, just waking up, I'm a little bit tight in the hamstrings. So I'm just going to paddle my feet. My fingers are gripping. If you find your hands are flat and you're pushing more with the palm of the hand, engage those fingertips, and that's going to take pressure off of those wrists, if you're feeling pressure especially. Now send both heels down towards the mat. Remember, it doesn't mean they have to touch. And then tippy-toe those feet forward, slowly moving till they come between the hands in your nice little gentle ragdoll forward fold. Gentle sway back and forth. Or you can stay static, stationary. You don't have to swing if you don't want to. Making sure that the weight is in the heels. If you are swaying, allow yourself to come nice and centered, just dangling. Just slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, coming up into Tadasana, allowing those shoulders to drop away from the ears. Nice, smooth breath. We're going to start with our sun salutations. We're going to do 4 full rounds of the sun salutations. I'm just going to move my mat a little bit here. There we go. So coming towards the top of your mat, so you have room the back of your mat to come back into your downward dog and plank. Remember, your feet can be together or hip width apart, wherever you feel most stable. Feeling the connection of the feet underneath or pushing into the mat and the ground. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Hands will be facing towards the wall in front of you, or what's most comfortable for the relaxed state of your arms. You're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring those hands down. You're going to inhale the right foot back. Exhale, left, and continue into your push-up or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale your right foot forward. Exhale, left. Inhale, arms up. And continue. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale the left foot back. Exhale to your plank and continue into chaturanga. Inhale, slide yourself forward. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right. Inhale, arms up. And continue. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Continue in your flow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, arms up. And releasing the arms down. You can either bring them in front of the heart or back into Tadasana. Bringing awareness to the mind, the breath. And as most of you know, if you're new with me, never feel like you have to have control of the thoughts. It's not the goal here. It's just time to observe everything. So observe where the thoughts are going. Observe where the breath is. Observe how the physical body feels. So never feel or ever get frustrated if the thoughts don't turn off. Okay? That's almost impossible to turn off our thoughts. We're going to move into our flow. You're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back and then the left. And then move into downward dog. You're going to inhale, right foot forward, move into your warrior two. So remember that we're pulling the mat apart. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. If the neck is not happy today, you don't want to rotate it looking over those right fingertips, don't worry about it. If you need to adjust the feet, and simply breathe. On the next inhalation, reverse warrior. Get a beautiful opening on the right side. Please don't put pressure on that left leg. The hand's just there for guidance. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, you're windmilling the hands. Bring them to the floor, stepping back to a plank, and you're flowing. Going through a Vinyasa flow, making your way to downward dog. Remember, if you don't want to add a flow in between each one, you don't have to. You can just simply go into a downward dog. We're going to move to the left side. Inhale, left leg up behind you, bend the knees, shift it forward, left foot between the hands. Rotate that back foot. You're making your way into that warrior two. So you can now see on the screen is the back of me, which I love doing for you guys because then you can see me pull my shoulders down, arms are straight, gazing over those fingers and breathing. You're going to make your way into a reverse warrior. Remember, no pressure on that back leg. That right hand's there for guidance. Continue to breathe. On your next breath in, windmill those hands. Step back and flow. On your next breath in, bring that right leg forward. Drop the back knee down. We're coming into a low lunge. So setting yourself up here. You can leave the hands on the mat. You can bring them to the side, or if you want to have the arms up. You choose where you want to go. I like kind of like that feeling on my thigh this morning, so that's where I'm going to put my hands. If you want to go further and tuck that back toe and lift the knee, you can. Nice smooth breath. Then bring that left hand down to the inside of the right foot. Rotate, coming into a revolving spinal twist. Again, that back knee can stay down, or you can lift it up off the ground. You choose where you want to go. On your next breath in, bring that right hand back down to the mat, tuck that back toe, lift the knee if it's not lifted already, step back and flow. On your next breath in, left foot forward. Gently bring that right knee down, make your way into a nice low lunge. Sending the hips forward, nice and gentle. But I'm feeling that stretch the opposite side of what I felt on the right side. So I'm actually feeling it on the right side of my pelvis and groin. And I have a little bit of compression. I shouldn't say compression. It's, because when I say compression, I think of bone on bone. I'm just feeling the crunching. Not even crunching. I'm using the wrong words this morning. Compression. In here, on my left side. You guys know I have a hard time finding words. Bring your right hand down to the inside of the left foot. Revolve, coming into that revolving twist. Remember, if you want, you can bring that back knee up. Allowing the face to relax. Bringing that left hand down. Both hands are anchored. Step back and flow. Feels good. On your next breath in, you're going to bring that right foot forward. We're moving back into warrior two. Rotate that back foot. Arms up. And also, remember, the arms are tired from the long weekend. Bring those hands to the hips. Or even if you're doing this, not even, like if it's the middle of the week, you choose what works best. Ooh, I'm joking. Gazing over the right hand. It feels good for the neck. Remember, pull that mat apart, making sure the feet are engaged, setting strength up and feeling it into the glutes, supporting the lower back. Straighten that front knee, but don't lock it. Turn the right toes the same direction as the left. Your hands can be on the hips, or you can extend those arms up. We're coming into a wide-legged forward fold. On a breath out, fold forward. So you may have the hands coming to the ground. If it's the fingertips and you just can't reach fully, but you can do your knuckles, you can bring your knuckles down. If you're just not even touching, please bring the hands somewhere on the legs. If you feel like you need to move the legs further or closer together, take this time to move the width away from each other, the feet. Allow the neck to relax. We're going to come out of the fold. So however you want, the arms on either side of the head or the hands on the hips. When your torso is straight, turn that right foot, bring the hands down, and you're going to flow. We're going to switch sides. You're going to bring that left leg up behind you. Bend the knee, shift it forward, make your way into warrior two. I turn myself around because I know I can't do the forward fold towards my wall. Allow those shoulders to relax, gaze over those fingers. And take a moment here to see if you're concentrating too hard, that your face is tight. Remember, I always guide you through releasing the jaw, the tongue, the forehead, soften the eyes. Straighten that front knee. Turn the toes same direction as the right. Remember, hips are up. Feet are glued to the mat. Exhale over or in the fold. Remember, if you need to readjust, do anything that you need to do to readjust. Allow the jaw to relax. And on your next breath in, place those arms or hands where you want them to come up out of the fold on an exhalation. You can even this time shoot the pelvis forward if it feels good. Bring those arms to a T, turn those left toes, it's almost like you're going back into warrior two, then windmill, and flow. So you're in downward dog. You don't need to turn around, it's just me. We're going to move into that crescent warrior. So bring that right leg up behind you, shift it forward, leave that back heel up. So crescent, you can also call it a high lunge. Allow those shoulders to relax away from the ears. Smooth breath. Back foot rotated to a 45-degree angle. Bring those hands behind you, clasping them. We're going to open up the chest. And then exhale, humble warrior. So you're coming to the inside of that right leg. The arms behind you can come up behind you, but listen to the rotation of how it feels in the shoulder joint. Don't force them up behind you. For some of us, it might just be right here. Some of us, we might have that mobility to bring the arms up behind us. And breathe. Rise yourself back up. Release the hands. Bring them down. Step back and flow. We're going to switch sides there. So we're going to come into crescent with that left leg between the hands. Send those hips down. Rotate the back foot to 45-degree angle. Bring those arms behind you. Clasp the fingers. And then you're going to inhale, open up. Exhale, fold. Feet are nice and stable on the mat. Working those legs, working the glutes. Come on back up. Release those hands. Bring them down. It's our last flow. Step back. If you so choose. When you get into downward dog, stay here for a couple of breaths. Remember, fingertips on that mat, trying to not have the palms pushing into the mat. And then bringing the knees down to the mat, table, or you can make your way into child's. What feels better? So child's pose, like I've said before, may not be the best for everybody, right? A lot of us are actually sit bones will stay up here, and it's quite discomforting to try to move that within the hip joints to try to get them back to the heels. So take this opportunity to be in table and just move from a cat and a cow. You'll notice in cat, I still get that nice rounding of my spine that I would get in child's pose. And then from here, bring yourself onto your belly. So we're in a prone position. I'm just going to keep myself up here for a second so you guys can hear me because I know my mic gets kind of muffled sometimes. We're going to move into cobra pose, and we're going to do it 2 times. The first time is a nice, I call it an easy cobra, where we're just allowing the muscles in the back to do the work. And then the second time, we can use the hands if we want to, or if you want to move into Sphinx. All right? So first, just kind of relax. Feeling the motion of the belly pulling and pushing into the ground. So pulling away on the exhalation. Inhaling, belly pushes into the ground. Exhale. Breath in, breath out. So to come into, as I like to call it, easy cobra, it's still not easy, but we're not putting any extra strain on the back. We don't want to add compression. We want to listen to what the spine and the back is able to do. You're going to bring your forehead to the mat, and you're going to bring your hands either in line with the shoulders or the chest. So you see, again, what feels best. With the forehead on the mat, pull your shoulders away from your ears. Your elbows are tucked in beside the body. Rotate the heels so they're pointing towards you. When we do that, we activate the muscles more in the upper legs, the glutes, and the lower back. And then on a breath in, you inhale, forehead, nose, chin up off the mat, and come up. I'm raising my hands up because I want to see what work I can do in my back without me putting any pressure in the hands into the ground. And with the connection of the breath, I may feel like I'm rising and falling like a wave in the water. One more breath in. And exhale, come down, chin, nose, forehead. Make a little pillow with your hands. Rotate the neck to whatever feels best for you. I'm actually going to do the opposite way because I know I need to work on that part. For me, it's actually not easy to turn my head the other way, but I just know I just need a nice little stretch, controlled stretch into my neck. My neck does not feel uncomfortable. I can just feel a little bit of tension and stretch in my neck. We're going to move into Cobra again. So remember, you have a choice here. You actually have three choices. You can do easy Cobra, what we just did. You can come into Sphinx, or you can use the hands to come up into Cobra. Please listen to the back. If the spine, the back, does not like the pressure of the hands pushing into the mat, please don't do it, okay? So, forehead's on the mat, hands either in line with the chest or the shoulders. Remember with Sphinx, elbows are just a little bit ahead of the shoulders. Rotate those feet so the heels are pointing towards each other. And you're going to inhale, forehead, nose, chin up. And then I'm just going to gently push my hands into the mat. This is good enough for me. Nice, smooth breath. Inhale up. Exhale with control. One vertebrae at a time. Make your pillow. And then when you're ready, you can move right into Balasana, or you can move into that cat and cow. So remember with Cobra, we were doing a nice little arch to the spine. The child's pose or cat gives you that relief in the lower back because we get that rounding. It's a counter pose. So you can just do a few little movements here. Or like I said, you can chillax in Balasana. I just noticed that my wrists aren't where they should be. I fixed that. And then sending those sit bones back to the heels if you're not in child's pose. If you're child's pose, you're going to slowly roll up so you're seated on your heels. I'm going to move into a round of alternate nostril breathing. So you can sit on the heels or you can sit crisscross applesauce, whatever works. We're going to do 6 rounds this morning. Really give a nice cleansing to the sinuses, bring calmness to the mind. And again, during these pranayama practices, the breathing techniques, if that mind is going somewhere, that's all right. Always just kind of connect with the breath again or what I'm saying to bring yourself back into the practice. It takes a lot of time to get comfortable with these things sometimes. So I'm going to bring my right hand up. I have my index finger and my thumb. I'm going to hold it in front of my heart. I'm going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. We're going to do 6 rounds this morning. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Plug the right nostril. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Plug the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale. Exhale left. Inhale. Exhale right. Inhale. Exhale left. Inhale. Exhale right. Inhale. Exhale left. Inhale. Exhale right. Inhale. Exhale left. Last round. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale. Release that right hand down. Let it relax on the leg, the hand. Return to your natural breath. You allow the eyes to remain closed or they can be opened. You're going to make your way to laying on your mat with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Moving into our last pose before final relaxation. We're going to move into, there's two ways of calling it. It can be a reclined pigeon or threading the needle. So my left knee is bent. I'm going to take my right leg, calf, bring it over my left leg. I'm going to lift my left foot up off the mat. I'm threading my right hand between the legs, and I'm grabbing the back of the hamstring on the left with both hands clasping. And breathe. If you want to play with that left leg being straight or bent, see which one feels a little bit more soothing for you, or if you feel more of a stretch on with the leg bent or straight. This is a nice alternative to pigeon, especially if your knees are a little bit tender, and with that back leg in full pigeon, it just doesn't feel nice on the knee even with support around it. You can always come into this pose. You're going to release that hamstring with the left leg down, straighten the right leg up into the air first, and then bend the knee, bring that right foot flat on the mat. We're going to switch sides, so now your left leg's coming across. Lift that right foot up off the mat, thread the left hand between the legs, and hold on. But don't hold the breath. Allow the jaw to relax and breathe. Releasing, bring that left leg up straight and then bend the knee down. We're going to come into reclined spinal twist so those feet can stay on the ground. Excuse me. Or you can bring the hands or bring the feet up off the floor. Your arms can be out to a T, or you can have cactus arms, as I like to call them, or the fork. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale, knees to the right. Make sure that the left shoulder remains on the ground. Just giving a little bit of release into the back, the lower back, before moving into Shavasana. So I kind of lied, threading the needle wasn't the last pose. Inhale the knees back up. Switch to the left. If you prefer to hold this a little bit longer, you can. Slide over as my wall is in the way. By the way, happy winter solstice. Longest, darkest day of the year. Nice way to start your day, isn't it? Bring the knees up. You can bring them in towards the chest if you need to, if you want a happy baby pose or a few rotations. Then allowing yourself to relax in Shavasana. Find that perfect position for your legs where they're relaxed. Remember, if there's any tenderness in the lower back and doesn't like the extension of the legs, bring the feet flat on the floor, bend the knees. Or if you happen to have a pillow or a bolster at home, or wherever you're at, place it underneath the knees. Arms extended but a 45-degree angle from the body. Palms facing up or down, whatever's most comfortable for you. Eyes closed. Taking a nice deep breath through the nose. Feel the belly rise. Exhale, pull the belly in towards the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Allow the body to sink even deeper into the ground, almost visualizing you're on the beach and sand. You know how your body just pushes down and sinks into it. Recognizing all the sensations through the physical body. Taking a moment to recognize how the body feels now compared to the beginning of the practice. And then bringing that attention to your mind and your thoughts. Bringing it back to your breath. On your next breath in, gently bring those legs together, stretch the arms overhead. Gentle stretch from the fingers all the way down to the toes. Or if you want a bigger stretch. Releasing the arms down, turning on your side for just a moment. Then give yourself that little gentle push. Coming up to Sukhasana. Coming centered on the sit bones. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Close the eyes. We're going to do one more side stretch. So bring the right hand down to the mat. Extend that left arm up. Remember this is from the beginning. How does it feel now? Then switch sides. Coming back up to center. Bringing those hands together. Create that friction. Stop. Pull the hands away. And then gently together, so you can feel that sensation between the palms of the hands. And bring them together. Thank you so much for joining me today. Enjoy the recording if that's what you're watching. Any questions, feel free to contact me through Facebook, Instagram, or sending me an email. Have a great day, everybody. And again, happy winter solstice, because that's what day this is. Day 11 of the 12 yoga days leading up to Christmas. Have a great day.